In this video, I am going to show you some tips that will help you decide on which university or which institution to apply to. And when you finish your secondary school, you want to apply for JAMB or you want to sit for your UTME examination and you get confused as to which university should you apply. Number one is to know their JAMB or UTME cutoff mark. So if you know the cutoff mark for that school, the minimum cutoff mark on that school, you know that whether you'll be able to apply to that school or not, because some universities have high cutoff mark, while some universities don't have high, very low cutoff mark. So if to see this particular university that you are aspiring to apply to has a minimum of 180 cutoff mark as their average, so you know that you need to have more than that to be able to have a chance to get to that university. And also know the cutoff mark for the specific course that you want to apply to, because you know there is a minimum cutoff mark for particular for the general, and there are some specific courses that do have a particular cutoff mark for their UTME exam. So especially courses like MBBS, pharmacy, and all that. All these courses have high cutoff mark for their to require from the candidate that is applying to. So if you are applying for MBBS in a particular university and the minimum cutoff mark for MBBS in that university is, let's say, 300, so you know that if you have 280, they're not going to consider you. And you know, if you have 300, you know there might be other people that have more than you. So you need to have more than that cutoff mark that they want from that for that particular course. The second tip is to know whether they are doing post UTME. Some universities, some institutions don't do post UTME, but others do. So you need to check whether a particular university that you want to apply to is requiring a post UTME. So if you do post UTME, you know that okay, they are going to multiply or add your UTME score and your post UTME score, and they will get the average or the aggregate of that, and that will give you high chance or low chance of getting into that university. So check if the university that you want to apply to have or are doing post UTME. The third tip is the most important among all the tips that I'm going to share with you today. This is the school fees. Please and please, before you apply to any university, except if you are Dangote's daughter or you are related to Elon Musk, or you are related to President Tinubu, don't apply to any university without knowing the school fees of that university. You know, many universities have increased their school fees from last year to this year. So you need to check whether that university is something that you can afford, is something that your parents or your guardian can afford to send you. Don't go and apply for a university that after you get admission now, to register for the university will be problem for you and your parents or your guardians. So the most important thing is to first do your research and know the school fees. After school fees, know the other things that are required for registration, because there's difference between school fees, there all of these departmental fees and all that. You need to know all of that, at least the minimum, so that you know that okay, if I'm going to so university, this is their fees. So that you add your extra on top. So knowing the school fees of a particular university will help you decide whether I should apply to that university or I should kukuma just stay because I cannot afford that university. If you are like me, that your father is nobody and you apply for a private university, please, if you are not on scholarship, how would you afford that? So you need to know the school fees of that particular university or institution that you are applying to. This is very, very important. The fourth step or the fourth tip is check the proximity to where you are staying. The university that you are applying to or the institution you are applying to, make sure that it's very proximate to your location. Don't go and apply university that you are in Lagos while you are in Sokoto. You know that it's very far. It's not for you. After you get the admission and you want to go there, you either book a flight, or you know the long journey that you'll be going, and you know going and coming back is expensive. So you should make sure that that university that you are applying to is something that is close to you, close to your house. Because if you apply to something that to an institution that is far, it's going to affect you. That's just the truth. Because you know you are going to calculate all this transport, all this everything. So the first thing that you need to even do is to know that, okay, identify the institutions that are within or close to your state. Is it the one that is in your state that you want to apply to, or the ones that are in the neighboring states that are surrounding you? Don't go far. It's okay to go far if you have the means, so, but don't go far, so that you know that you're going to cut costs. But if you have the means, you can apply to a university that is very far from you. But you know, even the university prefers or give unfair advantage to their indigene and the neighboring states that are close to them, more than someone who is very far away from the state. So you need to know, you need to make sure that that university you are applying to is close to you, or at least not that very far, or at least even if it is far, you can afford to go far away, maybe from Sokoto to Lagos, or from Lagos to Sokoto, to do your study there. Another very important tip to consider is to know the accommodation, the hostel, the off camp that is there. The availability of accommodation is very important, because if you travel, if if you apply to a university that is far from your state, and you went there and you did not find hostel, accommodation is a problem for you, because you need to have a good accommodation for you to even have the peace of mind to even start studying. So you need to know the availability of the hostel. How many hostel structure do they have? Then what is the situation of their up campus? Is it that they have lodges that they used to give out to students, or something of that nature, so that you know that, okay, if I did not get a hostel, I'm going off camp. And even if it is hostel, you need to know what is the minimum of their hostel fee, so that you be prepared for it. So accommodation is very important when selecting or when deciding a university that you want to apply to. Another tip that is very important is to know the structure of the school. By structure, I mean the session structure. You need to know, is it that they are doing 4 months? Is it 3 months? Is it 2 months, then 1 month exam? Is it 3 months, 1 month exam? And how is the structure like? How is the structure of the university or the institution that you are applying to? Are they the type that they have a very long semester, or is the type that they have short semester? Is their session very long? Because you know some universities, a session is very long, even without ASUP strike or ASU strike or anything. You know that their structure will be from maybe January to November, from January to December in one session. So you need to know the structure, so that you know that if I'm going to this university, the average session for that university is 3 months, or the average session for that university is 4 months. That is, after 8 months, I'm done with one session. So you need to know the structure of the university that you are going to apply to. Another important tip that you need to put into consideration is you need to know the course that you are applying for. Is it available in that institution? If you are applying for MBBS, and this by you want to apply MBBS in, let's say, a Federal Polytechnic, you know that Federal Polytechnic don't do MBBS. So, or you're applying for theater art in a particular university, and that university is not doing theater art. So you went to register for your UTME, and you have already put your mind that I'm going to this particular university. And then you went there and they told you that this particular university is not offering the course that you want to apply for. Then you'll be with a situation where, am I to change the course so that I will be admitted into this university that I want? Or am I going to change my choice and then switch to another university that is doing that particular course that I want? So before you even go to apply for a particular university, make sure that that university is offering that course that you want so that you not go there and say, and they will tell you that, oh, this university is not doing this course. Not all universities are doing all courses. So you need to know your findings, especially if there are courses that are new, or if there are courses that are very technical, or they are very sophisticated. Now, for example, let's say you want to do a telecommunication engineering or something, and not all universities are doing that course. So you need to do your research to make sure that that particular university that you want to apply to is offering that course that you like or that you want to apply for. Another important tip that I really want you to know is that it is preferable to go to a university that you know someone there, or you know someone in the surrounding of that university. For example, if you want to study in Lagos and you are staying in Bauchi and you don't know anybody in Lagos, it will be very difficult for you to adjust the situation or the lifestyle. Maybe you've not been there, you don't know anybody there, you don't have any friend or relative there. It will be very difficult for you because it's very far. So at least go to a university where you know someone there, or in the surrounding of the university, or in the state, or you've known someone who has been there that have given you a story that, oh, this university, this is how they are doing in this university, so that at least you know that you are not going to somewhere far that you don't know anybody. It will be very difficult for you to adjust in that situation. So always make sure that, try to put into consideration that the university that you are applying to is a university that you know someone there. By knowing someone there, I mean that you know someone in that school, or you know someone in the surrounding of the school, or in the state that the school is located. Another very important tip is to know the safety of the school, the safety of the environment of the school, the safety of the state you are even going to. You need to know that, because if you are in Lagos and you want to apply to university in Jos, you know, okay, there is some situations in Jos. You need to do your findings that, okay, this university that I'm going, this Jos I'm going, is it safe for me? Is it safe for me that I'm going there to study? How is the environment now? Is everything okay? Where are they having issues or situations or crisis or something of that nature? So you need to know the safety of the school you are going there. And does the university have history of any violence or anything that is not good, or fight or something of that nature? So you need to know the safety of the institution that you are applying to. If you are applying to university, let's say in Katsina, and you are someone from Oyo, and you've been hearing from news that there's something going on in there, so it will be very difficult for you to adjust when you don't know, because there will always be fear. Even your parents or your guardians will be scared for you that, you're going to Katsina and you're from Oyo, this and this and this and that. So make sure you do your findings first, that this particular place that you're going to, this institution you're applying to, is situated in a place where there's no any challenges, there's no any safety issues or insecurity. So this is very important. You should always take this into consideration when applying to university. This tip is a mistake that most candidates make, that is going for an institution that their friends influence them to go to, or even their parents, especially if their friends influence them into going into that particular institution. Because at the end of the day, you might not like it, and you might not be happy there, because you went there only because your friend is there, or because your friend influence you to go there, or your parents influence you to go there. So make sure that that university that you are applying to, you like the environment, you like the place, you like the state. If it is outside your state, you like the state, and you want to go there to learn and to explore and to experience a new place. So don't make the mistake of going into university because, Musa wants me to go to University of Maiduguri, and I will go to University of Maiduguri, and then you get admission into University of Maiduguri and go there, and you will not be happy because you don't like the place. So even if you have so many choices, you need to make sure that you have choices that are your own, that you've put all of these considerations that have been mentioned, all of these tips that I've been mentioning into consideration before applying to a university. It's okay if your friend is in a particular university, or if your friend wants to apply into a university and said, let's go to so university. Just don't make the mistake of going there solely because your friend made the decision for you. because it's going to be difficult for you if you went to that university and you do not like it. So make sure that even if your friend advise you, or your family or your parents advise you to go to a particular university, make sure that you do your findings and you make sure that you develop a liking for that place so that you go there. It's very important not to go to university solely because your friend or your family or your parents influence you into going there, because you're going to have difficulties adjusting to the particular university if you eventually went there and you do not like the place. The last tip is something that many of you are doing. I have a brother who is obsessed with a particular university, ABU Zaria in particular. This my brother waited for 7 years just to get university, just to get admission into ABU Zaria. He's just applying, reapplying, reapplying. He's just obsessed with that university. We have so many candidates that are obsessed with a particular university, maybe because of the name, maybe because their friend told them so many amazing things about the place. It's okay to develop a liking for a particular university, but if it turns to obsession, you will miss other admissions because you are waiting for that university. Imagine my brother in 7 years, even with ASU strike, he would have graduated, but he waited. At the end, he got the university, or he got the university of his choice. But many people don't have the stress or don't have the patience to wait for that long, applying and reapplying for a particular university. So don't be obsessed with a particular university that by fire by force I must go to this university. It's okay to develop a feeling for university. It's okay to like a university and want to go there and even apply to that university. But if you applied once and even twice and you do not get admitted into that university, it's okay to look elsewhere, because there are so many amazing, there are so many good universities out there that you can go there. There is nothing like I must go to this university because I want my certificate to be carrying the name of that university. It's okay to do that. But if it turns into obsession, you're going to miss a lot of things, because you're going to be sad even if you do not get admitted into that university. And even if you went to another university, because originally that's not even your choice, you will be frustrated. You will not like it. Except if you remove that obsession with that university, then you'll be able to develop liking for the university that you got admitted into. I hope these tips help you decide on which university to apply to, and I hope you get admitted into that university that you applied to. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and watch this video that I talk about the tips that will help you to choose a particular course that you study in the university. Bye bye.